Last week we talked about the circle of fifths. All music is based on this, so like it or not, you're going to have to learn it one way or the other. You can learn it by rote, you can learn it by learning processes, or you can learn it just by osmosis. Hear me talk about it until ad nauseum, they call it. So anyway, the circle of fifths, we've talked about last week, how to build it and how to apply it. That same circle of fifths that we talked about, this on page 10 or 11 of your book, in a very nice diagram, is called the clock of keys. So the clock of keys becomes a circle of fifths when you use it as a circle of fifths. As I said, if you go down one side, the right side, it's the sharp side if you look at the sharps. Okay? And if you're going that way, you're going clockwise, and that is your circle of fifths. Now the same diagram, the same mental mechanism to memorize it, if you go down the left side, the flat side, it becomes a circle of fourths. 4. Okay, that's very important. Going down one way, the circle of fifths, going down the other way, the circle of fourths. So you can use it for either process of learning on your instrument. Now, how do we build that again? We get a circle, and we make a clock. So somebody tell me where to start with the clock. 12 o'clock. What? 3 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
And 9.
And 9 o'clock. So that's the clock. And then these are divided into what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Going down this side, this is fifths. So if you go from 12 o'clock here down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, we use our hand for the Nashville numbering system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put up your right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody verbalize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. C, D, E, F, G. C, D, E, F, G. Okay? So that you've got to be able to do. Like they say with the telephone book, let your fingers do the walking. Anytime you try to get it out of your brain or the back of your brain, just put up the finger and start counting. Okay? Problem is you only have 5 fingers. Okay? But we need 8, so we have to turn 5 into 8 as we go along. This here is C. So what is this one here? G. What is this one? F. This is 1 sharp, and this is 1 flat. So you got there by counting 5 fingers. C, D, E, F, G. 5, circle of fifths. Let's try it for G. G, A, B, C, D. So now we're up to D. Okay? So the easy way to memorize this take 6 o'clock and get rid of it. And you all should be doing this on a sheet of paper. Because you're going to have to use what we call multi-sensory learning. Get rid of 6. Get rid of the numbers here. So go down the circle of fourth side. There we go again. And first of all, if you look at your diagram there, I've got a little box. That's step 2 of memorizing. Just like in algebra, you memorize this theory, and so on, and then start applying it to equations. So you memorize this, F, C, G, G being 12 o'clock. Then you're going to want to learn B, B, E, D. Bead, the word bead, and that's not hard to learn. Then we're going to keep going down this way. Skip this one and start bead over. I'm sorry. I'm going to go B, E, A, D. So again, if you look at the diagram there on page 10, there are boxes there. Just memorize the word bead, and you've got the circle of fourths and the circle of fifths memorized. Any questions? Now, if you look at the diagram there again, you'll see that it's a clock. So the hands on the clock are like this, right? With the middle finger being up on C. That's very important. This is your fifth, G. This is your fourth, F. F is 4 down. So again, count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F. This side is the fourth side. Circle of fourths. Circle of fifths going this way.
So you got C.
So this way you're going to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, G. I'm sorry, C, D, E, F. Don't have it yet? Let's start with this one over here. This is 5. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. C, D, E, F, G on the clock. Okay? G to D. G, A, B, C, D. You gotta put up your fingers. Get them working for you. Start pointing to them. C, D, E, F, G. G, A, B, C, D. Right? 5 minutes. Circle of fifths. Circle of fourths going that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F. That's 4. So it's F.
Well, which one are you starting out on? C.
Pardon?
The fourth finger is C, right?
I didn't say anything about fourth finger yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F. It's your fourth finger and 4.
I'm having problem getting.
Yeah,
C.
it'll take a while. This is tough stuff. You know. Anybody here take algebra, trigonometry?
Please forgive me.
This is not. Yeah, this is not easy stuff, and you're not going to learn it in a day. The more you listen, the more you start using your fingers, the more you talk to yourself. They say it's okay to talk to yourself, but don't answer. Right? But anyway, say it out loud. C, D, E, F, G. C, D, E, F. This is a circle of fifths. This is a circle of fourths.
I halfway understand the fifth, but the fourths, I don't understand where your fingering are.
Look at your keyboard. Okay?
I'm looking
Put
at
your thumb in middle C.
C.
No, right hand.
Right. No, I want to do the left hand.
No, you can't do it with the left hand, what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put down those keys. C, D, E, F. Stop. C, D, E, F. That's F.
F.
Right?
F.
Now start over. C, D, E, F, G. G.
G.
Fifth finger.
G.
1 is 5 and 1 is 4. Starting to get it? 1 to 5, well, I'm not sure how else to say it. That's 4.
I
That's
know,
5.
but you're using different hands, that's what's confusing me.
Well, use your right hand.
C, D, E, F. 4.
C, D, E, F, G.
C, D, E, F, G.
C, D, E, F.
F, G.
C, D, E, F.
F.
That's 4.
C, D, E, F.
That's 4.
And the pinky would be G.
You'll get it. You just have to keep working. Now, when we start applying it, it's going to make more sense. We're going to apply it to a song in just a minute. So, okay, any questions on it up to there? But again, do what I said, multi-sensory learning. The next thing you have to start adding is the sound, because music is all sound. So you start doing that in the keys, C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F. Any other questions? Okay, we're going to move forward to the second song. The first song that we worked on in October was On Top of Old Smoky. This is an old standard and an old bluegrass song.
Sweetie, did you bring me a handout?
Pardon?
Did you bring a handout for me this week?
Yeah.
First time here to be late, I was like, oh, I got the phone just long.
Okay.
Thanks.
On Top of Old Smoky, an old bluegrass song. The one for November is Du Du Leesmeren Harrison. It's a German song. This is the time of the year when we celebrate German culture, Czech culture, Polish cultures, and so on. So all over the state of Texas, there are Oktoberfests going on, Workfest, and the American culture has turned those into Blockfest, called Schoolfest, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, Du Du Leesmeren Harrison.
However, you do have to have a ticket to attend. It is for members only, not for family. So please see the receptionist if you'd like to get a ticket. If you have picked up a temporary ticket, a temporary ticket will be.
Okay. This song is in the beginning books, at least of all the books that were written back in the 40s through probably 80 as a beginner song. Relatively simple song, and it repeats. A lot of the phrases repeat, so it's relatively easy to learn. So does anybody here heard the song and know the song, Do Do Do?
I've been playing it.
You don't go to German Fest, huh? Oktoberfest?
Not in a long time.
Okay. Anyway, the music is in the book there in a big note format with the fingering for the keys. So to apply the circle of fifths to this, and the circle fifths, or fourths, look up there at the top. Again, this is in lead sheet style, which means you have the notes, the melody line, which is the notes, and you have the chords, which is the harmony, which becomes the bass, and the rhythm section. And in a lot of lead sheets, if there are words, there would be lyrics there below the line. So first of all, you have to look at the signature. The start, the very first measure. Jack went over all this, so if you need to review that, you review it with him. His videos, I'm sorry. Okay. The signature tells you it's 3/4 time. 3/4 time is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Which if they put it any other way, you'll see a quarter note equals 1. So there'd be 3/4 notes per measure. So if you look around that music, you'll see 3/4 notes per measure. So that usually applies to the quarter notes. It tells you it's in the key of C. There are no sharps and no flats. Therefore, if you look at the last measure, 29, 30, 31, which is the end, it will tell you it ends in C. Most all songs in this category that we're working with will end in the chord and the key and the note of that key. So you'll see a C there because it's in the key of C. So if you ever get confused, in this kind of music, best thing to look at the last measure, and you know when you see C, somebody says, what key is it in? It's in C. All you have to do is look down there. It tells you. It probably will start in C. So if you look on measure 1, you'll see it starts in C. But that's a probable. But it always will end in C. The C note and the C chord. Now is when your circle of fifths comes in.
Isn't it starting with the E?
Pardon?
Aren't we starting off with an E?
On do-do, Mary Harrison?
I think he's getting it from right here, so that C that is up there, that's the
Oh. Yeah.
Is it okay? Okay. 2 measures of C. C, C. And then you come to a change. And that change in all these simple songs is probably going to be what chord? No.
G.
The fifth.
G. G.
The fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
G.
There's circle of fifths. That's why in the clock of keys, this is 1 and 5.
Oh.
There's going to be hundreds of songs that you can play only with those 2 chords. 1 and 5. They call that resolve. It's going to go to G, and from G, it's going to come back to C. So that's why it always ends in that key. It resolves in the key that it started in. Now comes the hard part. The circle of fourths. You look at those again. Hands on your key, clock of keys, you'll see number 4. Number 4 is F. So in the first line, you got 2 measures of C, 1, 2, 3, 4 measures of G, and then you go on, you got C and G, and in a lot of songs, until you get to part B, this is a song that's got an A-B part, A-B. When you get to part B, you'll find an F, and that's a fourth. 1 F, 1 C, 1 G seventh, 1 C, 1 F, 1 G seventh, 1 C. And then that's going to repeat. Yes?
When you're talking about fourths, are we using our right hand or left hand?
To play, it really doesn't matter because let's say right now we're talking about right hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're talking about melody. Almost all melody is going to be played with the right hand. Not always, but anyway. You know, I before E except after
C.
C. So there's exceptions to all rules. What we're talking about is a beginner's course in music theory.
Now, also probably a good way to figure that out would be looking at that treble sign there.
Right.
Oh, okay.
There's no sharps or there's no flats.
Oh.
Therefore, it's in C. G would be 1 sharp. D would be 2 sharps. A would be 3 sharps. F would be 1 flat. B would be 2 flats. E would be 3 flats. So if you saw pound signs or sharps there, then you're no longer in the key of C. So all we're going to work on in this 3 months is a key of C. Okay? More or less? Okay. Let's look at On Top of Old Smoky. That's the other song, just to review it. On Top of Old Smoky, is in the key of C. It's also 3/4 time. 3/4 time means waltz. To dancers, it's a waltz. To musicians who play for dancers, it's a waltz. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Accent the 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Slow, quick, quick. The dancers kind of cheat on it sometimes. Slow, quick, quick. Whereas the music is dancing at 1, 2, 3. Okay. Look at the last measure. That song starts in the key of C. Go back to the first measure, and you'll see it also starts in C and ends in C. Measure 3, it's got an F. That's a 4th. F goes back to C. And then in measure 10, line 3, you'll see the measured numbers right at the start there. Look at 9, third line. So measure 10 is a G. Fourth line, measure 12 is a C, and that ends the song. Everybody follow that?
I'm kind of wondering when you say measure,
Gotta speak louder, you only got one ear.
when you say measure 12, where are those measures, those little chunks?
Right, the measures are between the lines, okay? And if you look at each line, except for the first line, the second, third, fourth line, you'll see a number there. And it says 5 on top of Old Smoky, third line 9, fourth line 13. Those are measured numbers. So you start counting there. The last line would be 13, 14, 15, 16. In some music, we can put those lines in above every measure. Or you'll find frequently, as you get to the next level of music, they'll put them at important places. They might just put them at A and B. Or if it's a 16 measured song, they might put it at 16, 32, 64, and so on. So they can put the measures in. The standard is kind of putting it at start line, then let you count the rest of them. Okay, any questions? This is very important, so. Now, the little numbers up there are for learning. This is the fingering. So, to learn in a hurry, you've got to use the right fingers. The old way of learning the piano was to practice the C scale 10 different ways, and then practice the G scale. Then maybe after 2 or 3 years, they'd let you play a song. They produced very few piano players like that. But they did play in churches and orchestras and high class, high level music. But today with these keyboards, anybody can pick up a keyboard and play it. But you're going to have many problems or many fractures if you don't start playing the keys right. Okay. So if you look at the book there, again, you need to review, those of you who just got that book. All those classes are on the internet, on YouTube. Okay? So all those charts you see, we've gone over, either I or Jack has. So those charts have to become part of your theory. So if you want, each time you sit down and practice, pick another page of the book. Go through page, whatever the last page is. The next month or the next time, pick another page of the book. Or start over. Just keep going over and over those scales, right hand, left hand, and so on. The chord structures. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Would we be able to see the board and when we look online, is it gonna be clear,
The what?
the board that you wrote on?
Not in this manner. This is what I want you to start learning to draw. Okay, so you draw it when you come to class. Each time I draw it, you draw it. Okay? It is on, the book is online. So you can look at that page in the book But I'm saying this is, any way you want to diagram that clock. Obviously, you're not probably as good an artist as a person who drew that. But whatever's going to work for you with your fingers and your mind. So I'm saying this is just the easiest way for me, is draw a circle and turn it into a clock. Once you turn it into a clock, turn it into the circle of fifths. Then turn it into the circle of fourths. You're going to get some worksheets to do this probably in December.
Your pen is not dark enough really for us to follow you with that.
I know.
board.
I keep saying I'm going to buy some myself, but we've used 3 different rooms and 3 different pens, so. But anyway, it's in the book. You have the book? Page 10 and 11. It's all there. So what you do is the same thing I did with that clock. Just take it, make a circle, make a clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Turn that into the circle of fifths. Box 1, and the boxes are there. Box 2 and box 3. And then start applying it with your finger. As I said, I'll have some worksheets here, probably in December. But you've got to get some of this in your head before you're going to start being able to do it. But you'll start filling in. Okay? All right, we can stop for today.